Okay, so again, it's a lot easier to get these loosened up before you try and twist them. So you have little loom things right here that pulls out, and then there's a tricky one that's harder to see that's down in here, but it just pops right out of there. Just pop them up out of the loom. Now this area in here is a little tight, but it's not too bad. Then you have these, pop them loose, and then here. Now again, it's important that you don't get these mixed up, and it's pretty easy because this on your ignition coil, oh, now it's leaking out of the top of that thing down there. We might want to get that in the video so we can see that. See, I laid that down so it doesn't leak, but look what happened. It's leaking out of the cap. Isn't that something? Okay.
I see windshield washer for Christmas.
Yes. Yes, and then, so up on your coil, this wire comes down and goes to the back side. So it's not a big deal if you get them messed up. It's not that hard to figure out. They just go in a straight line pretty much. And it's the same on the other side. But anyway, now you twist until it comes loose from the spark plug, and then it just pulls right out. It's just that easy. Okay, so there you go. You have that. Now, this back one, put your 5/8 inch spark plug socket on there, and then you can go, I think, right, yep, you can go right down in. That's not a big deal on this one. That's easy. So you get the plug out, put the new one in using your vacuum hose, and then you tighten it, and then put your new plug wire on. You might have heard that one snap. That snapped pretty good. Okay, now we're doing the front plug wire, which is cylinder number 2. And you can see that boot came out nice and clean. There's no oil on it. Yours is going to be covered in oil. But we put valve cover gaskets on last summer. Oh, the head gaskets were just done in this, so they were all cleaned up then too. But I think this front one, I can't remember if you can snake this down in here or not. Yeah, you can. Yep, that goes down in, so that's no problem. And you just put your socket wrench on there and turn that loose, and use the magnet to pull the spark plug out. It's just a little bit tighter in here. Sometimes it's easier once you get it loose. Pull the extension off, and then you have a short extension. But don't forget, you can drop that down in there, which I'll demonstrate. Then you can't get it out. Then what do you do? Well, then you get your magnet, and it's all going to be okay. So you just use the magnet and pull that out like that. Okay, then you put the new plug in, tighten it up, put the wire, your new wire on. Again, you want to make sure you these wires over here are just a little bit longer than the wires on the other side, because they have to go farther. Okay. Might have heard that one snap. That snapped pretty good. Okay, you get your wires back in the looms. This black shell, they probably are not on your new wires, so just take this shell off of your old wires and put it on the new wires at the same place. They're there for heat and to keep the wires from chafing and then arcing on the car. These little looms that are down here, they spin around. See, they just clip onto this pipe, so you have to kind of get jiggy with it to get it to where it needs to be. It's just that easy. Next loom, tuck them in. Okay, so now you have new ignition coil, new plug wires, and you'll have new plugs. Now we need to get the thingy in. And it's gonna leak all over you, probably, if it didn't all leak out already. But the first thing is to find where your hoses are. That one's real short down in there, it's harder to get to. And this one's real long, so we can plug that one on right away. And then that one won't keep leaking. You have to get it past this thing on there. That's the only thing that holds you up. You put your positive battery cable back in there, and then you got to somehow fish your hand down in there to get the hose on the pump again. And these pumps can turn a little bit sometimes too. As you can see, this is pretty much the hardest part of the whole job so far. Okay, that's on there. And then don't forget to put your wires back on. The white colored connector goes to this side. Sometimes I can't see so good. There it goes, clicks in, and then the green one goes on the bottom. Then you'll have probably two 10mm bolts to put back in. We only have one. Oh, and this thing will slide down on you. That bracket has to go behind here, and then you can put the bolt in. Okay, so while you're doing all this, on this side, you want to make sure that this covers on the positive battery cable, so you don't weld with your wrench if you hit it. And then after you get everything done, you start the engine, and hopefully it starts. So that's next. Look what happened. Okay.
I think the keys are on the seat.
Okay. Running good. Not missing. So we can shut it back off. You'll use the key in the ignition to shut it off. There's that. Uh-oh, it got real dark all of a sudden. Put this back on again. There we go. Okay. So if it's missing when you're done, if it's misfiring, then you did something wrong. But I don't think you're going to have a problem because of this expertly made video that accurately describes and shows in great detail how to do everything. So, have fun, and you should anticipate this will take you a whole day because it will be your first time, but that's okay. But just plan on having a whole day. Okay. All right, well, next time we'll be learning about the scientific explanation of super black holes. So see you then.